Hello everybody, welcome back, good morning. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. We're just going to look at Bitcoin to be fair, and maybe a bit of S&P. There's nothing much more to say that we haven't already said. So we've reclaimed the centre of a Bollinger Band. So once you've got above this area, you're looking to see it flip to support. We've seen that 3 days now, 1 on the 21, 2 on the 20 and the 21. And 3, we've not yet done it, but if we were to do it, we're talking 82,800 being the support. So we've got resistance again on the 50 exponential. It's not a death cross, not yet. To be fair, if we can reclaim it, we won't get an exponential death cross. We do have a simple moving average death cross, and that resistance would come in at 87,400. So, it's a game of support and resistance in a relatively tight range. So what we've got to do now is look at momentum, see if it's building or see if it's draining away. And actually, we do have some drivers of hidden bearish divergence. But we've also got regular bullish divergence marking this low here. Maybe it's the low, I don't really know, but it has marked off a low. So look, this could easily get cancelled out pretty easily, to be honest with you. But we do need to reclaim these lost areas, and getting above this 200 simple moving average, that would be the key. And then from there, we're looking to expand a little bit further, so we can get back above even higher areas. So again, 86 to 87. And then 92 to 93. If you get above $93,000, you're probably looking for a full-on reversal. Hidden bullish divergence, money flows turning up as well. So Bitcoin isn't the worst thing you've ever seen, to be honest with you. Now let's have a look at the S&P, which is up already in the pre-market, up 1% actually. So that's a good look for continuation throughout the day. We're looking to see this move back into your 21 exponential as it did last week. So we're talking 5,500, basically. And then beyond that, we've got death cross retest, 5,006, 5,007. These are the big ones, really. This is the big area. And in fact, it's so big. It's so important. I'm just put a little box in here, really, so we can see it on all the time frames that we decide to look at. This would be the area where we start to get a little bit worried about where it might go beyond that. A wick higher could take you up to 5,800, being the 20 moving average on the weekly. Dangerous, but also optimistic, I'd say. We should be moving into this area. Just that's the way it would appear on the other time frames. The 4 hourly, the daily suggests that we move into this area. Other time frames, weekly, saying that is the area where you want to maybe think about limiting positions so you don't get completely wrecked in the process. Ethereum still hanging around 1,600. This is going to take a little bit of work really to get any kind of bullish setup. Chiku span sitting down here, no green portion of the cloud as yet. We've got to get a green portion of the cloud. You've got to continue with a bit more up on excuse me, got a frog in my throat. A bit more up here to take out areas like 1,700. That should generate a pump signal on the 4 hourly that would take you towards these areas. 200 simple exponential death cross, basically around 1,800, which might even be it. That might be it. That might be the area where we get rejected from. You've got this trend line over here, 1,800 as well, so a lot of resistance around 1,800. So let's not get too overexcited about what it is that we're seeing. Dixie's still dragging itself down, which is fine. We generally expected that. Lots of drives of regular bullish divergence. At the moment, would appear that they're cancelled out. The pound is ripping hard. Absolutely, tearing up, which is pretty awesome in all fairness, because I had a position on this. It's all stopped out at this point now, or should I say closed, not stopped out. Honestly, it's a Freudian slip, because once you've been stopped out so many times in crypto, you forget that it's not all bad. So the pound doing your classic golden cross retests over here and a V-shaped recovery. This is what we're looking to see across the board for other charts. It's nice to see actually that sometimes you do get good setups. Bang, bang, V-shaped recovery. So there's a few charts out there that are doing this on even higher term time frames than a daily. Crypto charts. We were doing the live stream last night, which I suggest maybe you could join if you want to get access to interactive live streams. We saw that Solana did a golden cross retest. Kapow, I think Doge has done a golden cross retest as well. There was a few that we were looking at last night that on the weekly are doing golden cross retests where V-shaped recoveries are likely, you know, not guaranteed, but likely. We saw it with the pound versus the dollar. If you see it with something like the pound versus the dollar, then any old, you know, shit coin's going to work, isn't it, really, to be fair? Let's face it, the pound is a bit of a shit coin in itself, really. But V-shaped recovery from an absolute awesome area. We saw the same thing on Solana over here as well, didn't we? It's all over. No, sorry, this is Doge. It's all over. It's finished. It's dying. It's not going to recover. Sell your bags. Oh, it's over. Sell your bags. It's you know me, I've got a projection on this market. I'm not saying it's a fix. I'm not saying I know what's going on, but I have what I expect to be the model that still fits, you know. And the model I believe is this: it's over. It's over into the 200 simple moving. It's over. Sell your bags into the. People like to complain about this chart, right? But, you know, this is the chart in the last bull market. You know, the last bull market was better. The last bull market was a series of higher highs and lower highs. Well, I know which one I prefer. The higher highs is what I prefer. It's a better chart. I don't understand. People forget what bull market was like in the previous cycle. It was crap. We're up. We're down, we're a little bit up, we're even further down, and then we start to move up again. It took from one peak to the second peak over a year, 420 days between, you know, from the previous high to the next higher high. That was a tedious bull market, let me tell you. I mean, obviously you can trade any bull market. You can even trade a bear market. We did that, didn't we? We traded the everything bounce, didn't we? Bang. It was better on stocks, to be fair. But we still did it. But this one, rah. Still looking for another rah. So I'm going to leave it with you there. There's nothing much more to say. I'm not like a broken record, but it is unfortunately the case. You know, the situation for me remains the same. Try to stay away from all the noise. There's plenty of noise out there. The warning signs are on the S&P. That is true. But if we can break through that, or just continue with what this chart suggests, then we're looking for another a higher high between now and September. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're generally expecting. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm waiting for. And actually, you know, when people say the 4-year cycle broken, it doesn't look like it. It looks like this has been the sort of the better bull market than the previous one. And, well, I mean, it has been. It just depends on what you've been in, isn't it, really? Most people are not happy. And this is always the case, I have to say. This is always the case. It was the last time it was the same. You know, because I've got a Telegram, people DM me all the time. I bought the peak on Stinkface token. Well, I mean, why did you buy it? I saw on a big group somewhere that it was going to go higher. Well, how high had it gone? Well, it was already up 10x, but someone said it was going to go up another 100x. Right. Stop listening to someone. Don't listen to someone. Don't listen to me. I am also just someone. But, you know, what do you think's going to happen when you've gone parabolic? We're always trying to explain what a parabolic move is. It's not a reflection of value. It's a reflection of emotion, is what it is. People are prepared to pay more for something than it's worth. It creates a green candle. And then when it finally reaches its peak, everybody wants to get out because then they're willing to sell for less than it's worth, creating the red candles. Charts, especially crypto beyond anything else, crypto is a reflection of emotion more than value. I've always said it, if you sit back and think about what it is that you're buying here, I'm buying I'm buying this token because what was the last bull market all about? Sharting. Sharting or something like that. I don't know what a shart is, but or I don't even know if that's the right term, but when people are always talking about it, I was thinking, you know, where I come from, sharting is very different to, a technological breakthrough. In fact, it's something that you don't really want to talk about, a sharding. But yeah, sharding. Oh, I've read the white paper. Sharding's the future. Okay, well, let's have a look at it now. Dead. So, yeah. Charts, green, red, reflection of emotion. Where is emotion right now? Well, I can feel it. It's fear, skepticism, worry. I think the panic's generally over. The emotion is the opposite of euphoria, let's face it. And so normally you would say, okay, when everybody's afraid and the sellers have sold and we've come down to a super massive major support on a weekly, then maybe that is the place to think about being optimistic. Maybe that is the place. Because I can tell you what it was like before. Let's go back in time. Look at the total market 2, which is a reflection of all altcoins, excluding Bitcoin. This is where we were. We started. This is the bottom of the bear market down here, 2018. This is where the bull market started to pick up in the spring 2019. We had a nice big run, and then we died. This is before the March crash, 64% down. Okay, then we ran back up. Then we had the March crash. Oh God, at this point now, 74% down from its peak. This bull market is terrible. Okay, we finally started to run up and we came back down again. And then finally, like I said, from the peak to the peak, 420 days. So a year and a half, give or take. And then even then we came back down again, back down to effectively the area. So you would have made a 14% loss if you bought the peak back in 2019. And finally, after basically a year and a half, it finally started to recover, and then it went parabolic. The emotions came back into the market. What do you think would cause an emotional parabolic peak on this chart right now? What do you think it would be? Do you think it might be the tariff stuff going out the window? Do you think it might be another sort of major adoption use case utility for crypto as a whole? Do you think it might be Fed perhaps reducing rates? Do you think that might be part of it? Perhaps maybe. I think all of those things could happen. They probably will happen. And what will happen is crypto good. Buy this coin. All those popular Telegram channels, you know what they're going to be saying? Buy the sniff face stank token. Buy it now. It's got sharding on board. I've read the white paper. 100x from here. Then someone pokes it up and draws a little picture of, we are here. And then everyone's like buying. We make a new all-time high. This is just the beginning. September 2025. Right. And then the emotions really kick in, and then you see another parabolic high, and then from there, the model fits, it pops, and then I get all those DMs again. Is it too late to buy XRP? What, $5. Is it too late to buy XRP? Yes, it's too late. It's too late. Right, I'm going to leave it with you there. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.